I want to scare the shit out of people. Like, what if we entered an environment where people were vulnerable and unsuspecting? Like a party. People go to those. And you know what they have at parties? They have party games like Pong. Cup Pong is a well-known social construct that's welcoming and safe and appealing, and those damn fools won't know what hit them. In a normal game of Pong, you take turns throwing a ping pong ball into a cup, and if you land it, the cup gets removed manually, which is cringe. Why would I spend 1 second doing something with my hands, when instead I could spend 72 hours doing it automatically, in a way that instills trauma? Enter the pneumatic cylinder.
Isn't it pronounced pneumatic?
Are you an engineer?
Yes.
Anyway, now that I can hear myself fucking think, this is literally a Minecraft piston, except instead of being powered by redstone, it's powered by something horrifying. I don't even want to cut to a practical example about how powerful compressed air is, because 75 PSI is enough to equate to prime Mike Tyson punching you in the chest. So we're gonna double that. My goal is when somebody lands a ball into a Pong cup, they can slam on a button and it'll launch the cup like a few feet into the air. I think that'll be fun. Okay, now that you're up to speed, we can actually build this thing. Now I'm going to divide this into two parts. One is the mechanical components, and the second is the table. Honestly, I could build a table in like 30 minutes. It's all of this garbage that I'm worried about. For real, I have made some things that kind of look like bombs before, but even TSA could detect something this obvious. You may be wondering what all these cheap Chinese parts do. Well, it's pretty simple, which is infuriating because it took me like 8 hours to figure that out. This just redirects the way that the air is going. When the button is in the up position, it pushes the cylinder down, and when you smack it, it pushes it back up. This configuration is for pussies. We only care about the piston extending as fast as possible. And in the current setup, the air in front of the piston has to go out this entire way before it can get released into the atmosphere. That's a lot of resistance, but if we just get rid of this tube entirely, instead it goes out to the atmosphere a lot faster right here, and it can extend way quicker as a result. But Alex, that's still my name by the way, isn't pushing a piston down manually much harder than just moving a cup out of the way? So I plugged everything in and I haven't turned it on yet. I'm scared. Where are my safety glasses? It worked on the first try. Nothing works on the first try. I had a whole bit in the script about how it wouldn't work on the first try. Let me go and get a red Solo cup. This is 75 PSI. Oh shit! That was sick! That was so cool! Anyway, now that I've got a fully functioning colonoscopy machine, all we need is a table to attach it to. Ideally, this table will be done within a week so I can get it by the next upload date, which should be easy since it only took me 6 months to build a bed frame. Nah, it'll be fine! It doesn't have to be a good table. It just has to withstand like 2,000 pounds. That cannot be right. You did the math wrong. F***ing interns, dude, I swear to God. Well, I'll be damned. So the design constraints of this table are such that we need to make it wide enough to hide our sins, but small enough to hide the money in my wallet from Home Depot. After finishing the CAD model, I got straight to building, but a slight problem. I cut the wood to the wrong size. Why are you such a failure? Didn't you have a woodworking apprenticeship? What if P was stored in the shaft this entire time? So you've heard a lot about me building this table, and at this point, I bet you're wondering where it is. That's right, big Michael Reeves reveal. I built a bespoke table to play drinking games. It's beautiful, look at it. Now we just gotta connect the pneumatics to the table, but first we need to stop and think about that for a second. Originally, I was just gonna stick this up into the table and call it a day, but the pushing power of the piston will literally rip the table apart. To solve this problem, I was just gonna stick a 2x4 to transfer the force of the piston into the ground. Then I broke the ground. Instead of breaking more floors, I'm just gonna believe in my woodworking ability. But the whole reason I'm telling you all of this is to point out something, which is that this thing is way too dangerous to be kept assembled. So if you live anywhere near Central Florida and you want this table, if you subscribe to the highest tier of my Patreon, I'll drive it to you. It won't have any of the pneumatics and air compressor and whatever because I'm not in good conscience going to give you a weapon. And I'll update the description once I actually give it out to somebody. For now though, I have to make sure that it won't bust itself apart until at least I can get a little bit of use out of it. So I invited some Goombas over to try it out. Put your asshole on the giant inconspicuous X. Hey, don't look under the table. We decided the rules would be if you landed it in the middle cup, it would get launched. Like this. Yeah, I haven't mentioned this yet, but I'm kind of cracked. For testing, I set the table at a conservative half power. I'm expecting the cup to go 2, maybe 3 feet in the air, which I think is a reasonable goal. Yeah, maybe it was a little overtuned. Our opponents underperformed on their turn, probably out of fear. Then after denying the matriarchy the rights to a ping pong ball, I asserted my dominance by bricking the next shot entirely. To add insult to injury, the universe punished me for my hubris. Despite the table that I built betraying me by knocking over nearly every cup, as the game continued, we easily landed our last cup, which when we tried to launch it, split in half from the sheer power of the piston. Our opponents only have one shot at redemption, landing an unprecedented 3 cups in a row. Of course, I'm completely confident, as Jacob has been throwing like he belongs in a nursing home the entire game. Oh no. If Tyler lands in the middle cup, the piston is more than powerful to knock both of them down. It's in these trying times I must remember the powerful words of Sun Tzu, but I couldn't do anything to stop it. I had done my best, and the universe must decide once again if that was enough.
Wow.
What an idiot. Not even remotely close to losing is what I was.
In fact, I'm so confident in my engineering that I brought it to a 200-person frat party. It required no less than 9 amazing people to make sure that everybody at that party could have a good time safely. So these are the best clips that I have to show you about what it was like at the party.
3, 2, 1!
Well, that was fun. Anyway, instead of having a normal outro to this video, I'm just gonna show you the first 30 seconds of the next one because I am that excited about it. Before that though, I ask any big YouTubers watching this video, if you enjoyed it, please for the love of God, use your hype points. And if you're not a big YouTuber, show it to one of your friends that you think will enjoy my absolute bullshit. We're still a really small channel, so those 2 things will go a long way. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Roll the clip.
You ready?
Michael. It's all fun and games to use electricity to force you to dab or like commit mild domestic battery or whatever. But what if we did something that was actually useful? You see how I can use my brain to send an electrical signal to my arm to force it to move? What if I could use my brain to control your arm instead? What if we could Jarvis jerk it a little in real life? What if I could go like fall and then your hamstring would just